Good morning, friends. It's cold here. We have moved to, yesterday was moving day, so today we are out here at, I think it's called Thunderbird. It's out in Monroe, and it's beautiful out here. We are not staying on the riverside because Finn. But it is really pretty over here too. And one of the cool things about this place is they have full hookups. Yay! I'm kind of looking at some of the different campgrounds, trying to decide. I think I would like to be semi-stationary part of this winter. And so maybe stay a couple of months in one campground. And this might be an option just because I feel like it's not too awfully far from where all of our stuff is. So like the chiropractor and my parents, and we are staying in this area because my parents live here. And I like the idea of full hookups, and their park is open. So the swing set and all the play equipment, which is kind of fun for the little guy. So that's all open here, which is the only one I've been to so far where it has been open. So that's been kind of fun. One of the things I have seen asked a lot by people who are considering this lifestyle is, how do you choose a trailer, a fifth wheel, or a motorhome? And so I thought I'd kind of talk about that a little bit today. I can hear kids banging in the trailer. I have had a motorhome. We've had a couple of Class C motorhomes when I was married, and I really, really like the Class C motorhome. I think it is easier than the trailer in that you're not having to hook up. It's easier to park, and I think easier to find spaces for, but it was not a choice for me because there's only me and not another adult. So there would be no one to drive the vehicle with the kids in it. And there is not really a safe place to put a car seat in a motorhome. So that was not an option for us. Plus, I didn't want to have to take the motorhome to the grocery store. So without having a tow rig, I couldn't really opt for that. Excuse me. So, and cost-effective wise, it's much more expensive than like a fifth wheel or a travel trailer. So anyway, I decided that I would have a travel trailer, and the reason I did not choose a fifth wheel was because in the bed of the truck, then you have the part that hooks up the fifth wheel. And I understand that they are easier to drive. However, I did not want that as a permanent portion of my truck, because once we are done with this adventure, I will be using the truck as a farm vehicle. So that's my plan anyway. I want to be able to haul animals and whatever on the back of it. So I did not want that permanent fixture in the back of the truck. And so those were kind of my reasons behind that. I like the travel trailer because I can unhitch it and leave it and then just drive off in the truck. And this is our truck back here. Let's see if I can get a picture of it so you can kind of see. It's a Super Crew, because my 12-year-old is bigger than I am. And then I have the other two boys, and I wanted lots of space for everybody to ride in back there. It was an adjustment though, because I've always had either a small SUV or a van, and so driving a truck is a little bit different. It doesn't have the same kind of interior space. So things like grocery shopping are new and different for me because I don't want to dump all the groceries in the back. But the back of it actually holds things like the kids' bikes when we go from one campground to another. So their bikes are back there. And we carry other things like firewood or whatever stuff that we are not carrying in the trailer in the back. So that's kind of nice for that reason. So that is kind of my reasoning behind buying the travel trailer. I wanted to have space for my kids so that we were not doing put down the table or the couch or whatever and take it up every night. So that's why I went with the bunkhouse. The bunkhouse has worked out okay. It's a little tight for the big kids. It would have been nice to have a bunk room rather than just the space where the bunk beds are. However, that would have meant a longer, bigger trailer, and the longer and bigger it is, the harder it is to park it and find a place to park it. So that's kind of where we are with that. Anyhow, so those were my reasons behind how I made that decision. If we were just going out for joyrides on the weekends, I would have picked a motorhome because I really prefer like a little Class C where the kids could have slept up over the cab. I'm more comfortable with that. I've driven that and I'm more familiar with setting it up. But the travel trailer is working out pretty good. We're getting better at backing it. We find that people in the campgrounds are super nice and will usually come out and help me if they see I'm struggling. My oldest son is getting much better at helping me figure out where to back and how to turn the wheels, which is nice. So we work as a pretty good team, and we have discovered that it doesn't take very long to set up. So breakdown is a little more. Yesterday when we traveled, I usually get up earlier in the morning so that I can make sure everything gets stowed. And we had been stationary for like 2.5 weeks, I think, almost 3 weeks. And so we had accumulated things and had a bunch of stuff out that we wouldn't normally have out, just because when we're only there for 4 days, we just don't get everything out. So we had the books out, and we had all of our school stuff, and we had just everything, and the kids' Halloween stuff, and we had some decorations and things that were kind of roaming around. And I have purchased several things because where we are, it's very damp. And so the humidity inside the trailer is high, and we have to be super careful because we will have water damage and mold in there, which we don't want. So I have 2 tiny little heaters that I purchased that actually really do a fabulous job of keeping the trailer warm. They just sit on the floor, and they have so if the kids kick them over, whatever, it turns off, and so and they don't get super hot to touch, which makes them safe for the kids. And then I bought a dehumidifier, but it wasn't enough dehumidifier for the amount of moisture in our trailer, and so the little one I got is in our bathroom. And then I got a bigger one, which now is in the living room, and it's really doing a very good job of keeping the moisture down. But it's amazing how much just your respiration creates moisture in the trailer, and there are 4 of us, which means a lot of respiration. I am used to having my diffuser running a lot in my sticks and bricks, and I can't do that in here because it's too much moisture. It just increases the amount of moisture that we have. I will be able to do that in the summertime, but not in the winter. So I can run it for short periods of time, and what I have kind of resorted to doing to keep the moisture down is doing little spritz bottles, so I can sort of spray the trailer with whatever oils I'm looking for at the moment. But that was a new and big learning curve because I really love my diffusers. So that's kind of fun and interesting. So we're able to like break down really, I think, stowing everything, all of the heaters and the dehumidifiers and all of the things on the kitchen counter and making sure everything's done. It probably takes us, with all of that and hooking up and dumping the tanks, is probably about 2 hours now, and I think setup is down to about an hour. So we're getting faster, and it's getting easier, and I'm less stressed about doing all of it. So those were just some of the little things that I thought I would share with you, especially if you are someone who's interested in maybe doing the full-time life and you are wondering kind of which way to go. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day.